Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Thankfully Thinking of You. So today we kind of are focusing on um, thinking about those people in our lives who um, we're thankful for. They inspire us. They've, done our driveway. They've mowed our grass. They've been helpful in some way, shape, or form. And so we want to, thank them for that. Or somebody who's you're just thinking about, like somebody who needs a little bit of cheering. And so we, of course, have that amazing talent that we can send out paper hugs, even though this is the pandemic happening. Especially this week, we're thinking of people whose name starts with the letter D. We're kind of concentrating on those ones. If you need kind of some not purpose, but um, a reason to send a card, I suppose. Help with thinking of who should I send a card to today. So that's who. I should turn this up. Thank you for saying listening, Lisa. I know some people have trouble hearing me, and so I'm turning up my volume as high as it'll go in hopes that that is helpful. So yes, thanks everybody for popping on here. I am thrilled to see you this morning. After yesterday, we had lots of fun with our wild colors. But I was really thrilled, absolutely thrilled at how they turned out. A new technique with the baby wipe and the reinkers created some incredible bees, which I was thrilled about. So thank you for popping on this morning. I see lots of people have said good morning, so good morning to you too. And yeah, if I haven't met you, tell me where you're from, and I'm happy to meet you too. And I know these lovely ladies are often regulars here, and so they will welcome you as well. It's a nice place to hang out every morning, and they're, of course, everybody's super friendly. I find crafting people very friendly, so you are welcome. You are part of our little crew here, and we are happy that you're here. Yes, back to this screen. So this week's feature is the honeybee bundle, and so all week this week I've been focusing on this bundle and showing all sorts of different kinds of cards that you can make, different techniques you can use with this card or these stamps and dies. And so lots of fun this week so far. Now of course, if you order this bundle with me this week, I'm going to send you out some free Gold Faceted Gems. Yes, those kind of gems. I don't know, they go with everything. They're like the champagne rhinestones. They kind of are just, I don't know, they pick up the colors of everything on your page. And they just match. So I'm thrilled to offer those for you. Now, if you already have the honeybee bundle, or you're just not into it, that's okay too. If you order $60 worth with me this week up until Sunday, I will send you out those gems as well. So be thinking about that. And I am just going to say, sniff, sniff, sniff. Have a moment of silence for honeybee and the Gold Faceted Gems. Oh my goodness, they are on the retirement list. The retirement list came out yesterday. And so if you like this bundle, you need to snag it, because it is from now on, it is while supplies last. So get those items before they're gone. Yikes. All right, so yes, you can always email me your order, or you can shop online, which I will show you the address later on. Okay, a quick little card idea for us this week. Let me get my screen set up here. That one, perfect. With our lovely stamp. Oh, I like it. Oh, another sniff, sniff, sniff moment. Label Me Bold is on the retirement list. I have grown to love that stamp set. Oh, you know, I could have used it all week again. And that would have been 3 weeks in a row where I would, you know, it would go perfectly with this stamp set. But I guess we got to move on. But I'm just saying, if you loved it as much as I do, go get it too. Lots of different things on the retiring list. And I will just show you. So Stampin' Up! Sends out a list like this. Just saying. And it's 6 pages long for one catalog, and I forget how many. 2, 3, 4 the other catalog, and it's like barely a pen stroke in size. So last night, late, I was up going through my catalog and marking off the items that are retired, and if there's a sale on those items, like how much the sale is. So later on today, I'm going to be going through that catalog. I'm going to do a video so that you can walk through the catalog with me and mark up your catalog as well, so you know exactly what's retiring. So I did all the hard work for you by, you know, squinting and getting extra light and reading that paper and marking it in my catalog. Okay, so be on the lookout for that a little bit later on. On to our cards. So today, I'm back to my calm colors. Oh, sheesh. Stampin' Up! Should have been watching me create with Label Me Bold, and they would have carried it over. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. So, okay. So the goal today, once again, is to create some thank you cards and some thinking of you cards. And I'm going to show you how you can kind of change things up a little bit to kind of create those kinds of cards using this set. So my card base on this one is going to be very vanilla. I thought, oh, let's play with very vanilla again. I kind of had fun the last couple days, so let's play with it again. This is my favorite, one of my favorites, Gray Granite, and I ran it through that Settles embossing folder, which I really like. And I think I used it 3 days in a row here. I'm liking it. So I'm just going to put this layer onto my card base. Since it's bumpy, I think I'm going to use my liquid glue just to make sure all that glue gets in those little cracks and crevices and holds really well. Do you guys have tips with this glue, you avid fans? I know that, like, it seems to get clogged. Maybe it's out. It doesn't feel like it's out, but I suppose I don't have another one right here. No, I do not. Oh, it's way up on my shelf somewhere. The extras. Okay, so we're just going to use snail. Good enough. Which, by the way, snail is also retiring. They're coming out with a different product. A couple different products. So if you need refills, get those on your list as well, because I think those are going to go super fast. Good morning, everybody who popped on. Thank you for joining me this morning. We are still using that honeybee bundle, and so just talking about this honeybee bundle is retiring. Okay, I've got myself, I'll get over it. All right, I've got myself a little stitched shapes oval. I think it's like the 3rd size, I suppose. And then I've just got some strips of cardstock, just cut. I think this is the largest, 1 inch by 4 inches, and then I went kind of down from there. So, you know, this one's, I'm gonna say 7/8. Yeah, I think, well, or maybe that's a quarter. So then maybe that's 3/4 inch by 4. This one might be 3/4 inch by, you know, anyways, I just went smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And I just want to use it as like little, this is a little, it reminds me of pickup sticks. So we're just going to kind of put them in the, in random little bits. And I'm going to put this over top with our sentiment and some little decorations. And that's going to be our kind of technique today. Just kind of using some of these little strips as decoration. Now I could have just used them as is, but I decided, oh, let's run these things through the embossing folder just like we did with the subtles. So this one is, oh, you're going to test me here. This one is that ornate floral, I believe, on the petal pink. This one is the Parisian something on Very Vanilla 3D. This one is Tufted, which is on the retirement list. Yikes. In soft seafoam. See, this one is soft. Nope. What's the other one? Sahara Sand with the wood grain. And this one is Gray Granite with that hammered metal. So there we go. Just so you know. All right, I'm going to start with the largest first. This may stress me out because it shouldn't, but because I don't want them looking goofy. So I'm going to lay just a little bit crooked. And then this one, I think for the ends, since it's the same length, let's just do a Lisa cut on the ends. I really don't know what this is called, but I like to call it the Lisa cut. And we can add that to our mix up here. I really wish I had liquid glue. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It heard me. Perfect. All right, so let's just kind of, angle this one or switch it up just a little. And then we've got this one, which is our wood grain. Let's do a ribbon end. So I just cut straight up the center, and from the corner to the center, I flip it over from the corner to the center. Or if you have the, oh sheesh, I don't even know what it's called. Ribbon, I don't know. There is a punch that'll do this for you. I am just too lazy to get the punch out. Isn't that bad? Okay, so let's add this layer here with our liquid glue over top. And let's get our tufted layer. And lastly, our little metal embossed, hammered metal, I think it is. I'm going to do another one of these. Okay, so it wants more glue. Just hold it there for a second. And glue on this one. So that's my little collection of, I almost want to move some of these now. Of course, right? Oh, I probably shouldn't. Just leave it. Leave it. Anyways, we will just play with it as is. All right, and then I'm going to add this layer, but what I was thinking is I'm going to take that petal pink color, the ink color, and I'm going to add the flowers on the top of the, well, let's go a little on the corners maybe. Stamp one there in petal pink, and stamp one that, oh, let's go. Oh, I see. Okay, let's take the same stamp and Stamp it again. Opposite. I just thought that would make kind of a nice little border on our tag, which I think it did. And then I think I'm going to get out my gray granite for the sentiment, and let's just go easy with the thank you, and it'll fit right in between there perfectly. Nice. And I think we'll pop this up with dimensionals just to make sure it's fastened really well. Awesome idea with the boss strips. Thank you. You like the layering? Awesome. Yeah, you know, like it's just a hit of a bunch of different colors. It's, you know, a little change up of the scrappy strip technique. There we go. And of course I'm using the Gold Faceted Gems that I'm giving away this week. So I can put one there, I can put one down here. I think we'll go in there. A little thank you. And it's just simple, simple. I love these colors. But it's just a little, you know, hit of color, but very simple. What do you think? For the insert, all I did was, there again, used Very Vanilla. I know I have Very Vanilla already in here, but I like to add the extra layer in there. I don't know, just to me it looks finished that way. But I just stamped those same little flowers on the corners. There we have it. Done. And then for the envelope, I actually remembered to use Very Vanilla. We do have Very Vanilla envelopes. I often just automatically grab the Whisper White ones, but so here's what I did. I just took in these gray granite and the petal pink flowers, added them on the corner here. And then for the envelope here, what I did was I started with petal pink, full strength, and then kept stamping all the way across. And then this direction I did gray granite, started this direction and went all the way across with the other flower. And then I just stamped the little hello in the middle there. So that's how I decorated that card up. Done! So I'm going to be thinking about, I know there's somebody who was on here yesterday that's name started with a D. So that reminds me, I'm stopping right now before I forget again. Here we go. Okay. We had two people who tried the template, Tuesday template. And so I forgot to draw their names, draw from their names yesterday. It was a long time yesterday. So anyways, here we go. Let's see who's the winner. And I even have it in this like big bucket right on my desk to try and remember. All right, who do we got? Kathy, congratulations. I am going to be sending you I think you aren't in Canada. I will send you a handmade card, maybe one or two or three. That'll be your prize. I'm allowed to send cards outside the country. I cannot send product. So there we go. We will figure that out. I see Angie shared our video. Awesome. Thank you so much, Angie. All right. Card number 1 is complete. Easy peasy. Let's go back to crafting. Congratulations, Miss Kathy. You guys made fun cards. This one. Okay, card number 2. So last time we used cardstock as our little strips. This one, I wanted to feature DSP. Why not change it up and kind of add a little hit of pattern and color and whatnot. So here I have Balmy Blue. You know, we were wild with our colors yesterday, so it kind of just carried over. Balmy Blue, I've got pressed petals, designer series paper and that lovely wood grain. Ode to the, wood grain paper of the past. That was my all-time favorite paper ever. I have a piece of the foil from the Pretty Peacock set. So that's Blueberry Bushel. I have, remember this paper from Garden Lane. It's retiring. So actually all of these are retiring. So if you like them, you gotta get them. So Garden Lane, I liked this hit of the green pieces. I have this from the Art Perennial Essence. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I like the green hit there. And the yellow comes from Mosaic Mood. This also comes from Pretty Peacock. It's the old olive piece. I've got a balmy blue little honeycomb. I've got a green shaded spruce stitched rectangle there. And I've white embossed hello on there. And I have two little hearts that comes with this bundle, those cute little hearts from Crushed Curry. Remember this? I had to use them. So yesterday, if you didn't check out how I did this fun technique, you need to check that out. So I cut this out, and that's kind of the color inspiration, I guess, for these different pieces of paper. So here we go, we get to assemble now. All right, so let's get out. I'm going to use my snail for this piece because I know it's not bumpy. Let's see what it looks like with all these patterns thrown together. And there we go. I better not lose that wee little heart. Put it up in the corner here. So let's see which ones are largest. So let's start with it. And then we have second largest. And this one. And this one. Okay. Let's go in. Let's just leave this one as is. Just going to use snail on this one. Since there's no pattern, I can use the snail and not really worry about whether it's going to stick or not. Let's go a little more crooked this time. A little more space in between, if you will. Okay, let's do this one with the Lisa Harden cut. One likes, oh, that's not even. Let's try that. Is it gonna go? Yes. If it doesn't come up, you can always use your dental floss. Seems bizarre. I know. All right, let's do a ribbon cut in this beautiful foil, Blueberry Bushel foil. Did anybody go ahead and try that technique with the baby wipes and the reinkers? Anybody try stamping anything with that? Go. There we go. And let's go a little off-centered with this one. And since this is foil, I'm going to use, let's do the Lisa Harden cut for this one, but let's go the opposite direction. I suppose that's the same thing, isn't it? Sheesh. Okay. Glue. Okay, a little more spread, I think. And then what I decided was I cut this out with the stitched shapes circle. And I'm going to put that as my main kind of bit here. I don't know, I'm likely going to tuck this in somewhere. Not sure yet. I'll figure it out later on. You can always squeeze them in there somewhere. Okay. Let's see. I think I want to pop it up. It looks good like this. Think about somebody in your life that starts with D. I'm thinking of my dad. Got to my dad, I could always be making a thank you for, because he's pretty amazing. Way back in Manitoba. Okay, now I'm going to place this little bit of honeycomb on top. I'm not really going to worry too much about whether it's glued down. Maybe I'll just put a little bit of snail or glue. I don't know if it's going to even touch it really. But I'm going to pop. Ooh, I wonder if we could go like this. That might look fun. Attach that layer right there. Okay, let's go like that. That'll also help hold that down. I'm going to get a little dimensional and stick that under the hello portion. That's the shaded spruce. And let's pop this bee up. I had to look at these bees again yesterday after I was done crafting. I looked, and then just to show you. So I took this out and I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, if only we could make scarves. Isn't that gorgeous? That's my baby white from yesterday. Look at the beautiful coloring. I'm sure I could use that on a card somehow. Not sure, but it would also smell nice too. Yep. So here we go with our little bee and our little hearts. Let's put it up there. And come on. So little. Man. I'm squeezing so hard. But it's, I don't know, must have something clogging it. Let's just go my old lazy way. Like that. And let's get out our gold faceted gem. I think I'm going to put one down here. Looks very boho, right? Look at that. Lots of fun. Lots going on. Lots of stuff. But it's neat. Fun. Who would have thought all those colors and balmy blue? I know. Oh, it's just bizarre. Okay, so for the insert, what I did, celebrate every moment. I think that's a great day, or a great, you know, just random everyday saying, you know, celebrate everything. Celebrate the little things on your journey. Use a pin to unclog it. Yes, I should do that, shouldn't I? I need to do that. I don't know if you can briefly, a little bit see, I laid one of these honeycomb bits on and just a little bit stamped over top with crushed curry just to make a little bit of yellow there. So of course I stamped off with the balmy blue, went full strength with the celebrate every moment, and then for these little green flecks, of course, the old olive stamp and blend. Oh my, should I show you this? Yeah. So they're kind of done. I need to get new ones. I was a little too rough on the coloring the rhinestones, and yeah. So when I at first stamped full strength of the bee, and I just kind of a little too much, especially when this is so subtle and so calm looking. Now let's stamp off a few times. So that's why that bee is there. So what are you thinking of this strip technique. Isn't it neat? For the envelope, I just did, there again, I did the little honeycomb sponge on there with my daubers. I stamped hello in old olive and I flicked my balmy blue Stampin' Blend. And then on the envelope, I've got that bee there, colored in his bum with some yellow Stampin' Blends, and then flicked on the old olive. I love that look of the little just, I don't know, it just eases the pattern, eases everything up. It's less rigid, it's more whimsy and free. So there's card number 2. So we used our cardstock, we used designer series paper to make these cards, and for our last card we're going to amp it up because we're going all out. Okay. So we are adding ribbon, we are adding stamps, we are adding paper, we are adding this, oh, these are on retirement too. We're gonna add we're gonna use this, oh sheesh, I forget what they're called, laser cut cards in tin. And they are actually on a discount. So I'm gonna be heading over there to order this guy up. And it comes with that beautiful tin. Here's part of it. I keep my dimensionals in it now. So here's the top half. But it comes in that beautiful, like, tin. So it's just the top half, but there's a bottom half for the box. But I keep my dimensionals. I keep the minis on one side and the regulars on the other. And it's helping me stay a little more organized. A little. I need systems. I need ways of doing things. I've got obsessive compulsive personality disorder and I need things in order. All right, so I'm anxious to see how this one's gonna go here. All right, so when you use these laser cut cards, a trick that we were told at on stage was to actually glue this right to here. And that way, I don't know, it's just easiest. It keeps this free. Okay, let's start with one thing at a time. Okay, let's go in here with my glue. No, we're not. I don't have a pin with me. I don't know if my take your pick tool would be too big. Glue. Mary Merlot. I have not used Mary Merlot in a long time, so I'm like, okay, I've got to use this today. Mary Merlot it is. Got to use it in a card. Okay, come on. And I'll start from this side. Okay, and it's a little bit hanging over, which I can chop later on with my little Stampin' Trimmer. I'll just trim that down just a tad so that it fits perfectly. Okay, isn't that pretty so far? Next, I decided to do, okay, so here's my Sahara Sand. I did some Mary Merlot, but I did it with the basket weave embossing folder. That is also retiring. Some copper foil, also retiring. Some Night of Navy. I just did plain old cardstock. I have this very vanilla lace. I thought it would go perfectly on here. I've got some of this braided twine, I think. And it is, I just brings out gives some more texture, brings out the browns in there. I've got this Night of Navy and Sahara Sand twine. It's going to be a thick layer, I have a feeling. Maybe we could go a little more turned a little bit. Okay, and then I've also stamped these in Sahara Sand on the very vanilla. And I thought, let's try and stick those out somehow. And I have already stamped my bee in Mary Merlot on very vanilla, which is going to end up going on my little sentiment with wishing you sunshine and happiness. Now this stamp is movable. So if you need to kind of stretch it out a little or what have you, do it. Make it fit what you need. A little too big yet, so let's, might have to just shrink it a little. See what happens now. I think that's going to go well. Okay, so I'm going to use my Sahara sand on Sahara sand. Isn't that just a nice saying, wishing you sunshine and happiness? Just because, right? Okay. Here we go. Wishing you sunshine and happiness. And then this little bee, I'm going to fit, hopefully, in here. Oh, I think I want to get a little, well, maybe that's where our gold faceted gem will go. I could always, you know, tilt this bee a little. I don't know. Let's pop this up with dimensionals though. Let's get it on this little piece here. Okay, there we go. So far so good. You could probably, it might even look good with a circle as opposed to an oval. That might make it look a little less funny, I suppose. A funny shape. Just a thought. Ah, yes. Get your happy mail out there, Sue. That's awesome. Okay, so we have our Mary Merlot. We have our Knight of Navy. I wonder if I should be putting Knight of Navy first so that, although, I don't know. Okay, let's trim this. Let's do the Lisa Harden on this one. I don't want to put it right in the center. I don't know, that I prefer things in thirds. That's kind of how is more appealing to the eye, I suppose, when it's in thirds. Oof. I'm going to use my liquid glue because I'm putting bumps on bumps. And let's give this one, I don't know. Should we do this one with the Lisa Harden too? Well, yeah, why not? Okay, glue. Got this beautiful copper foil. I think we should give it a ribbon cut. What do you think? It's just royal and elegant like that, right? It just needs a ribbon. It means ribbon. You'll want to use some liquid glue on the back of these foils. They kind of have a little bit of a film on them almost. And so snail sometimes doesn't stick to it so well. I feel like I'm giving a little far this way. I see I'm on the very vanilla portion here, but not quite here. So let's just back this guy up. Mr. Copper Foil. There we go. And I want to add some of this braided trim, but I want to, let's pull it. Let's make it look like a little bit worn and tattered, right? I think that will add to the appeal of it. There. Something a little bit bizarre. Okay, let's add our liquid glue to that. You could also use tear and tape. I feel my fingers getting sticky. Yeah, let's do this next. My thoughts were, I wonder if I tied this in a knot, in a circle, and then kind of went like so. Twist it too. Let me get my glue dots for this. I'm kind of worried about that knot being a little too thick. Let's cut them out. Oh, fuck is ahead. Okay. Oh, sheesh. It's just coming apart here. Maybe that kind of how I want it. Let's add a little more glue in here. So all that's not going to show, right? Like, this will be covered up with our little... Well, that's not even, is it? Let's pull a little bit more to this side. Making a mess. I feel like I'm doing collage. I love collage. Oh, I love it. Mixed media and oh, just wonderful. Okay, let's add our little bit of, do we want our lace facing up or facing down? I think whatever. I want to cut this down a little. And in collage, you get to use, you know, lots of glue. You just get her stuck down. Okay, and then I'm thinking about these flowers somehow. I feel like this one needs to go this way. Okay, let's tuck it somewhere. And we can always move it later if we want. If it doesn't look quite right, get back there. Oh, it's on my leg. So you can, you know, use this idea for in multitude of ways, that's for sure. I want that more on the blue. There. Okay. And that's going to go over top. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm almost wishing I had done a circle. What about this? That's almost too little. Hang on. I guess nothing says I can't do a circle still. My hand. Ooh. Let me try and wet my hands. Watching intently on the card build. I know, right? Building something magical. Now this is a special one, so I'm going to have to think about who gets this one. All right, Sahara sand. Oh, maybe I do have a little scrap here. Okay, let's see what it would look like with the larger circle. All these insert pieces were from the stitched shapes. Check it. I think it'll look nicer. What do you think? Just do it? Okay, we'll do it. I was going to say, my goal is to get under 45 minutes. I looked 45 minutes. So close, so close. Someday I'll make it. Okay, well, let's try and squeeze this a little more then. And if this thing's just not going to go, it's just not going to go. All right. Squishy, squishy. But our bee is probably going to end up covering. I'm going to use something else. Let's just use something else. Otherwise, it's not going to look right. Yeah. Okay, I know what we'll do. Thinking of you, sweet friend, since today is the thinking of you. Now, of course, you could mask off and have two different sayings, right? Sorry, my block is filthy. Hands are filthy. Hands get everything dirty. Thinking of you, you could have, sorry, in this stamp, if you masked off sweet friend, you could also have just sweet friend by masking off the thinking of you, and I would use washi tape. You can also use a sticky note to kind of block off which part you don't want. I think I'm just gonna use the whole shebang. Thinking of you, sweet friend. And now to take this little thingy off. Oh, it's going good so far. Good, good. Thank you, thank you. A little bit. I'm gonna actually add a little bit. Oh, let me close this because you know what happens. I'm gonna put a little bit of liquid glue. I'm gonna get muscles from this on those dimensionals, and that way it'll be super sticky. There, that looks better. What do you think? Like that better? What if the oval north-south instead of east-west? Oh, that could have worked. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I guess nothing's saying we can't do that. The only thing is, I might have to just do thank you. Let's see what we like better. You guys can vote. Neat idea. Great idea. So I'm going to do a little thank you. I do like this oval idea because then you see more of the stuff, right? Where this tends to cover it up. Smart, smart, smart. Okay, so here's what the circle would look like. Okay, there's my circle. Or here's what the oval would look like. Oh yeah, get glue all over. Okay, vote. Oval or circle? Tell me what you like better. Oval or the circle? Squish the rounded saying more. Oh, really? Like to go that direction, like? Ooh. It's gonna, I don't think it's going to squish too much because it's starting to buckle where that sunshine is. I mean, it'll probably work, but I don't know. It's like buckling here, so I don't, you kind of want everything super even. If I had the larger oval, that would probably work too. Okay, gotta go back and read. Oh, we got lots of people voting. Oval, oval, oval. Really? Oval, oval. Oh, Tuppy, oval. Oh, Melissa and Lisa are. Melissa tends to. Melissa and Melissa says circle. Lisa tends to say opposite of everybody else, but I've got a new Lisa, dear. It's Melissa. Melissa likes to go opposite too. I like the circle, but let's go with the oval because that's what everyone's leaning towards. Let's do it. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to use dimensionals to glue this sucker down. I'm going to use a few here. I don't think I'm going to put any in the inside because it's already bumped up enough here. We got our big, let's get a little more glue in the center. Just put a little puddle. Okay. Ooh, I almost wonder if I should pop those out double. I think so. Oh, let's go. Just gonna take out the, yep. Okay, let's lift it up a tad and get another set of dimensionals on there. I think it'll be more level. That's crazy that that all that center stuff is that high up. And let's do this one. That was gonna rip. That's okay. We're good. Oh, that ripped the paper too. Okay, we're all good. That one back. Sort of somehow like that. Down how I like it. There, that's better. Ooh. Cool, cool, cool. And where is my gem? That's too symmetrical. Looks like he's pooping. Yeah, I think I like it there. All right. Get a close up of that. Isn't that wild? All those layers. So much. Wowzers, hey? So there we go. There is our front. For the inside, what I did was I got my Very Vanilla and I stamped those little flowers in the, no, what is this? Sahara sand. I have the little bee on this one and I stamped off quite a few times until I got it nice and light with the Mary Merlot, and then I went thinking of you, sweet friend. Thank you, thinking of well, anyways, thank you, thinking of you. It's a little bizarre saying, isn't it? But it'll do. All right, so that's what I did there. Let's glue that sucker in. I hear the ringing of the bell from Miss Indy there, so good timing. Now this layer is getting stuck by some of the glue and whatnot. It's not going to open as freely as one would like, but that's okay. I'm going to put a glue dot kind of in the corners, just to kind of help hold it. That's in there. And then for the envelope, I accidentally laid this envelope. Of course, this lace, laser cut lace and cards and tins. I forget what it's called. Comes with envelopes. Look at this beautiful scallop on these envelopes. Anyways, I laid it in the Sahara sanding pad. So I'm like, oh, but cover it up then. So I stamped the little flower there, and it's gone. And another one, and of course stamped off that bee quite a few times and just added a little hello. That hello goes on like every envelope, right? Because it's a little surprise, it's a little hello. And then I stamped that little bee on that scallop. So there we go. That is a card. I love this. I love this. I really need to do a class one time with fun collage and stuff, because that's my you know. So there we go. That card. Let's have a look again. 3 cards we did. That one. I like these colors. Love these colors together. And so thank you to Donna for having such a cool flag color, because I never would have, you know, figured out this combo in my life if it hadn't been for your flag. Which when I first saw it, I thought, this could be interesting. But it turned out amazing. So there we go. We kind of go from simple, simple, simple to, oh, that's kind of fun. Hits of color. And our wow card. Wow. All right, everybody. So, like I said earlier, this bundle, the honeybee bundle, the stamp set and the dies are now on the retirement list. So you need to run and get this set. Canadians, if you're watching, you go to jenhouston.stampinup.net. And please use that host code, because that allows me to be able to get you a bonus each week. And so, of course, this week's bonus are those beautiful gold faceted gems, which are also on the retirement list. So you want to get both of those things before they leave. And like I said, everything is while supplies last. I'm going to be on a little bit later on this afternoon doing the catalog walkthrough, where you can see what exactly is retiring and the Canadian prices for some of the items. So it'll help you know what you need to throw in your order before it's gone, right? All right, I'm going to be thinking of who I'm going to give these cards to. I think I'm going to give this one to my dad. And I know there was somebody online yesterday whose name started with a D, and since I'm focusing on D's this week, and I'm just gonna see here who I give this beauty to. I might keep it and frame it. I love it that much. I love it. Anyways. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. we're going to be a little more messy again. Can't get away from messy on Fun Friday, right? All right. Oh, and Lisa. This is Lisa going live tonight. Yes. So check out Lisa tonight. She is at the Stampin' Zoo here on Facebook. She does her lives on Thursday. My wonderful business partner in the States. So if you are a person watching in the States and you need a demonstrator, Lisa's your gal. And if you need help getting to her, I can help you out with that. All right. Thank you, everybody.